Welcome to Ninjago Rewind 2022. I'm Ninjago Nostalgic, your host, and your least favorite Lloyd lookalike. And wow, this has been a crazy year to be a Ninjago fan. Lots of ups and downs. It's been a bit of a bittersweet year, honestly. So let's take some time, let's look back and reflect this year in review. So earlier this year, we got the Ninjago Core 2022 wave, and there were some pretty good sets in there. There were some sets that, weren't so great.
The Ninja Training Center set was actually pretty good, but sadly, I can't say any of the other sets really caught my attention very much.
As a predecessor to Ninjago Legacy, it is kind of weak, it is lacking, and I would like to see Ninjago Legacy again, but sadly, I don't think that's going to happen. But to correspond with these sets being released, Ninjago made the Ninjago Core Shorts, the Virtues of Spinjitzu, which would also be something to hold fans back for the next season of the show until they got that released. It was alright, they were actually pretty well made. The one that caught everybody's attention though was the one for Cole, and that's because of a very emotional and tender moment between his father and his mother in a scene in his short. And I'd have to say, in terms of Ninjago content, it's high up there. It's really, really well made. And not just Ninjago content, animated content. I'm being serious. It was really, really well done. Something great also happened this year with the release of Ninjago's Garmadon comic series. It was very, very well received by fans. And from what I've heard, very, very well written. I need to check it out. I haven't checked all of it out, but I've seen some of it. It's actually really, really good. We'd be very, very lucky if we saw more stuff like it in the future. But I know why you're all here. I know why I'm here. I'm here to talk about the newest season of Ninjago, Ninjago Crystallized. This season, from the end of 2021 to the beginning of 2022, we'd been getting some news about, certain things like what is it going to be about and when is it going to come out, everything like that. The newest season of Ninjago was released in 2 parts. In May, it was released part 1, the first 12 episodes. The first 12 episodes were actually pretty good build-up. It continues from Seabound, which had Nia combining with the sea, so there was almost no turning back from that. But there is a way introduced in this season, and it's removing her powers. But in order to do that, the ninja have to break Asphira out of prison and steal her staff. Now, this gets them into some hot legal trouble, and surprisingly, they're actually thrown in jail. And that was actually a really interesting plot point in the series. But during this, a council of villains is being assembled by some random person that we don't exactly know the identity of yet. But due to set leaks and some fan speculation and everything, we assumed who it was going to be. It would be revealed in part 2. So this was actually very, very good build-up to part 2. And fans actually really, really appreciated it when it came out. It was very well received, and I still like it. I still think it's a pretty good, serviceable part 1. In between parts 1 and 2, Ninjago sets were released, and I thought one of them was definitely good. I was definitely going to buy it, but I looked at them more and more and thought, wow, these sets are actually pretty good. This is a really, really good wave of Ninjago. The first time I looked at this set, I didn't think too much of it. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll buy that. I was like, maybe if I have some extra money or something like that. But I decided to buy it. I love the box art of this season. The box art is absolutely phenomenal, and the aesthetic of the sets themselves, of the pink crystals and everything like that, absolutely amazing. And that would play into Crystallized Part 2. Crystallized Part 2 had so many elements of other seasons combined, but also new elements of its own. So the new elements would be the Council of the Crystal King. The villains of past seasons come back and form this group, bringing back the Overlord with the 4 golden weapons, which was crazy. Like, the fact that they're bringing back the golden weapons all the way from the beginning of the show, and they're bringing it back to the end of the show in its current form, the Ninjago Saga, the way it is now. And I thought that was awesome. I thought bringing that back was awesome. The Overlord coming back was crazy. We saw him last time in Season 3, and him coming back as, you know, like sort of a final boss was pretty crazy, if I'm being honest. And it gave me a very nostalgic feeling, Ninjago nostalgic. I'll be here all night anyways. So there's elements of season 2 of, you know, the Overlord controlling the city basically and turning the citizens of Ninjago into evil zombies again. It was nice to see that again. But there's also elements of Ninjago Hunted with the underground resistance, and again, you know, the Overlord taking over the city is sort of like when Garmadon occupied the city. So that was pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie, to see that those elements come back and form this season. Now, I was there for the end, and boy, it was quite the end. It was quite the end. I'm not going to touch too much on how Ninjago ended, but the fact that it ended in its current form, the saga of Ninjago, ever since the pilots up until now, and the sequel series is going to continue it in a different sort of direction, in a different way, is crazy to me. The fact that this has been around for 11 years, and this is it. It's really crazy to believe that. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that we did have some losses this year. We lost the writer, Braggy Shoot. He's been around ever since Ninjago, the Oni trilogy, and he's going on to pursue a different career path, and I wish all the best of luck to him. And we didn't just lose him, we lost the Ninjago creator, Tommy Andreasen.
Apparently he's for sale, so buy him while you can, I guess.
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have a lot of really happy childhood memories, and it's a huge part of my life now, and I wouldn't have any of this. I wouldn't have any of this following that I have on YouTube or on Instagram or the internet without you, Tommy, so I just want to say thank you. But sadly, we did lose somebody, the voice of General Vex and Samukai. He passed away at the age of 66 in October this year, Michael Kopsa. And I just want to say, you were one of my favorite childhood Ninjago villains. Samukai was a really, really cool, threatening, and intimidating character, and the voice that you gave to him was definitely something unique and definitely something very cool. And Vex the Formless, he was also another interesting Ninjago villain. Very cool. Very, very awesome part of the Ice chapter. And that was one of my favorite seasons, the Ice chapter. I really, really loved it. And you added to it. So thank you, Michael, for everything that you've given us. And your work will go on and your memory will go on. So thank you. So the future of Ninjago looks bright, even though the series in its current form has ended. Ninjago United, which is the sequel series that will continue on the Ninjago legacy, is slated to come out next year, and it has been renewed for Season 2, and that's good news. That's always awesome to hear. The fact that LEGO has that much confidence in the show is something that I'm really, really happy about, and the sets for Ninjago Core 2023 have also been released. Pictures and images and set names have been released, and they will come out January 1st, 2023. So I can't wait to get my hands on some of those. But Ninjago has had some ups and downs this year, and like I said, a very bittersweet year. A lot of things have come and gone, and I just want to say I'm very thankful for the fact that I've been here through this eventful year with you guys. And here's to next year of Ninjago 2023. Still another year we haven't gotten a Ninjago advent calendar, so we need to fix that right away. In all seriousness, I don't advocate for that. I don't advocate for violence. Let's calmly and rationally talk to LEGO and see if we can get a Ninjago advent calendar for next year. If you like anything and everything Ninjago, make sure to subscribe for more of your least favorite Lloyd lookalike, and follow me on Instagram. I got some stuff going on there too. Maybe Twitter, less stuff, but still stuff. All three are free, so you might as well do it. Lloyd wants you to do it. Better do it. Subscribe. Do it.